And now I'd like to hand over the awards ceremony to Pranati and Ankita, founders of Sustain and Save.
Good evening, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the J.P. Shroff Foundation, we, Pranati Shroff Manot and Ankita Shroff Sarda, extend a very warm welcome to all of y'all to the presentation ceremony of the first Sustainability Award 2023. We should be the host for the award ceremony and will do our best to make this evening memorable for you all. We've gathered here today to celebrate sustainability and acclaim its heroes. We're here to acknowledge, appreciate, and salute individuals who have displayed exceptional dedication to the cause of sustainability. As the foundation is launching these awards in Pune, we will recognize people who have worked in the field of sustainability in the PMR region. Keeping a local focus for the global issue, it's apt, as Pune is also considered the sustainability and the innovation hub in India. These awards intend to recognize individuals who not only lead by example, but also inspire others to work towards sustainability and net zero future, thereby contributing to make Pune a leading sustainable global powerhouse. As Howard Zinn quotes, we don't have to engage to grand, heroic actions to participate in change, but small acts. When multiplied by millions of us, we can transform the world. We hope that these heroes will inspire our young ones to follow their footsteps.
As we begin the celebration, we would first like to deeply thank and felicitate the eminent personalities of India who are an inspiration to many and the award community. We are grateful to them for contributing to their precious time and guiding us for the awards ceremony. I now request each of our esteemed guests and award jury to kindly come on stage to commence the award ceremony. To do the honors to felicitate them, I request the foundation owners, J.P. Shroff and Sujata Shroff, to kindly join us to felicitate them. Let's put our hands together for esteemed guests of honor. Dr. Abhay Firodia, the chairman of Force Motors Limited, an eminent industrialist and philanthropist who has been a recipient of many awards, who needs little introduction to this city. We request our gracious hosts to kindly felicitate them. Let's also put our hands together for Shri Kamalji Sarda, Chairman of Sarda Group of Companies from Raipur, a visionary and philanthropist who has diversified in various segments like hydro and solar power, along with the dairy and the agriculture sector. Can we give a big round of applause to all our We would now like to request our esteemed jury to kindly come on stage. None other than somebody whom we all look up to, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Vibhushan. Can we all have Dr. R.A. Mashalkar as the chairman of this award jury and our jury member? Mr. Ashish Gaikwad, MD of Honeywell Automation. Mr. Pradeep Bhargav, Chairman of MECF. And our very own, our mentor and guide, Dr. Ganesh Natarajan, Chairman, 5F World. Can we all put our hands together to welcome them up on stage?
Mr. Pradeep Bhargav has also worked for the Government of India for a decade on the Atomic Energy Commission, Electric Commission, BAIL, and other organizations. Thank you. Dr. Ganesh Natarajan, sir. He's the chairman of 5F World. He's the co-founder of Lighthouse Communities Foundation, Global Talent Track, and Skills Up. We will now begin the ceremony with a welcome address by Mr. J.P. Shroff, the chief patron of the Shroff Foundation. He is the owner-director of the Shroff Group, as well as the alumnus of COEP. He is known as the skilled man of India, who's worked for skilling more than 1 lakh construction workers in India. He is the chairman of various organizations like CII, IGBC, Kushal, and also the trustee of Jamseva. Sir, looking forward to hearing from you.
Namaskar. Unable to speak of words, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm supposed to do a welcome speech, but dil to kuch manta nahi, I have to thank you all. I couldn't expect a better response in so many people here. Just not, was impossible. We never thought when we began this journey that this would culminate into becoming such a gathering. And I'm really, really grateful to all those people. Let me begin by acknowledging them all. You know, Abhayji Firodia, he is one person that Pranati, me, always looked up to. Kamalji Sada, he's planted more than 1.5 lakh trees. He just mentioned it. He's also father-in-law of my younger daughter. So let's give him a round of applause there also. Dr. Mashelkar, he's one Puneite that everybody looks up to. I mean, when it comes to anything, it's always Dr. Mashelkar. Pradeepji Bhargav, I don't know. He's like a father figure to me. Michael Struder, Anupji Poddar, Ashish Gaikwad, Ganesh Natarajan, and of course the Swedish consulate. We have Gurmeet Singh, he's the IGBC chairman. Gurmeet, can we give him a round of applause? He's the Indian. We have also Mr. Sanjay Godawat, Prakash Parav, who are also eminent personalities who have done yeoman work in the field of sustainability. We have Deepak Karandikar from the MCCI. We have Mangeshji Karad, is he here? We have also, Deepak Shikarpur, Dr. Vinod Shah, who's my guru when it comes to philanthropy. Not philanthropy, selfless work. When it comes to selfless work, I only look up to one person, and that is Vinod Shah. And we have people from the US consulate and so many of my friends. Thank you very much. So I am J.P. Shroff. J.P. is Jagruk Punekar. And therefore it is said, that those who wait for things to happen generally lose to those who make things happen. And Pune is one city that does not wait for things to happen. It makes things happen. And I'm so proud that we in Pune are the first ever started with the concept of the Sustainable Crusader Awards. A round of applause to Pune and round of applause to all of you for having been the first in the city. Pune has been always in the forefront from doing things differently. So let me tell you how it all began, We were doing philanthropy, of course, as I said. I've been working with Dr. Vinod Shah. My mother has been my what you call inspiration when it comes to philanthropy. We've been doing philanthropy with Jamseva, with the H.V. Desai Hospital, with the Pune Hospital, and so many places, the Rotary, etc., etc. But we decided, let's do it formally. Let's do it in a different manner. And therefore, the whole concept of foundation came up. And we decided we would look at things differently. So what were the two major things that we thought we'd focus on? Let's make the world better for the new generation. Let's make the world better for people who are going to be looking at us as to how we do perform and take it forward in the times to come. So there were two things that we thought we would do. One was which I was already doing, skill development. Skill development, luckily for me, for last 10 years, has been happening under the aegis of an association called Kushal. We have Ranjit Naiknaure he's the CREDAI president. I need an applause for him too also. Ranjit, thank you so much. He's been with me for the last 15 years. We got 18 crores from the government of India to do skill development for 1 lakh construction workers. And trust me, we just didn't do that. We won laurels for this country in what we call as Skill Olympics, which is World Skill Olympics, which is held regularly every 2 years. First was in Sao Paulo, second was in Kazan, third was in Abu Dhabi, and finally in Bolzano last 2 years back. And India won laurels in bricklaying and tiling, and I had the good fortunate to meet the Prime Minister. So I am blessed. I'm blessed by meeting him and also being able to do yeoman service in terms of improving the livelihoods of about 1 lakh of construction workers. So that was one thing that we were already doing. What else could we do? And therefore, when my daughter, Pranati, was already doing so much in sustainability, very difficult for me to understand, but I understood only one thing: make the world a better place to live. Well, that sounded very interesting. JP, that's the right thing to do. Let's the foundation dedicate ourselves to do something which will make the world a better place to live. And how do we do that? The simple formula was, let's felicitate, let's recognize people who have done yeoman work, and they thereby become our role models. They become people who inspire the new generation to do things in the right way for this country. We've heard of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, but there's a new phrase I thought we would think of. Nava Vasudeva, Nava Kutumba, the new world for the new generation. So Nava Vasudevam, Nava Kutumbam is what we are talking about. The new world for the new generation. And that's what the Shroff Foundation intends doing for the new people, for the young generation. Let's all gather together. It's our duty together to leave a better tomorrow today for the generations to come. Thank you very much.
We all love to hear him. We all really want to know what he thinks. I now request our esteemed chairman of the award jury, Dr. R.A. Mashalkar sir, to enlighten the audience with his few words.
Distinguished dais, the eminence that I see in front of me from Pune and all over, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special evening, evening of celebration. So I'd like to first thank and congratulate both J.P. Shroff Foundation for this initiative. There is always something wonderful about being the first. These are the first awards on sustainability that have been set up in Pune. So there is a big round of applause for this first. And it's a great cause. As you will see, the awards have been given in different varieties, whether it is school, it is startups, whether it is SMEs, whether it is corporate governance. It is about crusading and so on and so forth. And when the citations are read out, you will see what fantastic work each one of them has done. As a Puneite, I would like to say something about Pune because these awards are Pune-based for Puneites. Pune has been always a thought leader. In 1920s, for example, we had great leaders, Lokmanya Tilak and Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Ranade, and so on and so forth. 100 years down the line, the idea was that leadership, thought leadership, should be brought back. That is where the Pune International Center was created. And if you see that thought leadership today, and I'm very happy to see Amitav Malik here, who championed this entire issue of environment, energy, climate change. And you can see the kind of initiatives that were taken under his leadership in creating a vision, for example, net carbon neutral Pune by 2030 or rapid decarbonization. But most important part was getting the youth involved, for example. There was a youth environment festival on green jobs, a green career, and so on and so forth. So I was delighted to see the young here actually giving us an inspiring message. I found them very inspiring. And I think that is very important. as somebody has said, we only think of the future because that is where we are going to spend the rest of our life. Some of us are paying the last inning of our life. They are the ones who are going to bring sort of a green growth, the green earth, the green planet, and so on and so forth. I particularly am happy that we have gone for awards for schools because that is where it all starts. It's very interesting. There is an anecdote I want to start with. You know, when I was director of National Chemical Laboratory, there was this World Bank project on reforming some Chinese institutions. And that was our first consultancy contract. And I remember beating Arthur D. Little, Chem Systems, International Development Planners, and winning that. But those were days like 1990 when there was no foreign exchange and so on and so forth. So we had to beg and borrow. And I remember we got somebody from the consulate to even act as a Chinese translator. And I remember when we were driving at the red lights, the individual who was sitting inside our car, he threw a cigarette butt, which he had finished. And you know, we can be champions in throwing these, as you know. A little schoolgirl came, pulled out a receipt book, and fined him. Can you just imagine? And then I asked him what happens. He said, in this region, any individual, any citizen can fine any other citizen. Can you just imagine? And that school child actually doing it. This is how you build that awareness. So I think that is going to be extremely important. The second point I want to make is that finally we are going to talk in terms of balance of environment, ecology, economics, equity, and ethics. And that is why when we talk about transition, it has to be just transition. Like somebody mentioned about coal, 70% of our energy comes from coal. Can you shut down the coal mines overnight? You can't. And therefore, how do you do a just transition? I think that's extraordinarily important. I remember I was chairman of National Auto Fuel Policy in 2003, when, Pramod, you will remember, we moved from Euro 2 to Euro 3 to Euro 4. And at that time, I remember the NGOs wanted to snap their fingers and say, we want it tomorrow. No. I went to the car companies. They said, it will take us time to get Euro 4 engines. I went to petroleum companies, 500 parts per million to 50 parts per million, hydrodesulfurization. All right, it would have taken us 60, 70,000 crore and 4 to 5 years. And you can't snap your finger and say, bring it together, because we didn't have the foreign exchange. So we gave a path. I remember the NGOs sort of attacking me. I was on the front page, and they wouldn't say Mashelkar committee, Mashelkar. But finally, the path we are given, which was balancing all these, actually worked out. So I think when we look at the future, we have to look at sort of this balance. The other point I want to make is that Pune International Center, Pune, is not just thought leader, it is action leader. I'm very happy to see you, Pramod, here. You have changed the world. You are the first ones to talk about bioeconomy. It was not just thought leadership, action leadership. And Pramod, today I'm very proud to say, if I ask you, who produces 10% of world's ethanol by G1 technology? It is Pramod, 10%. He has imprint in 100 countries. So I think when Prime Minister says make in India for the world, actually this is a brilliant example. You look at new technologies, for example, look at KPIT technologies. We look at fuel cells, for example. They have created now a fuel cell which is commercialized. The state of the art is $1,000 to $1,200 per kilowatt. They have done it for $400. India always does more from less, by the way. And also 95% being sort of indigenous components. Can you just imagine? And this has been commercialized now. You will hear the announcement shortly. The whole world is worried about lithium, all right? Because it is dominated by China. There are uncertainties and so on and so forth. What is the substitute for lithium? Sodium. And we have developed sodium-ion batteries. It is KPIT Technologies. On 12 December, you will hear basically the launch. So when we look at technology, there will be always options. Like Reliance, I chair their New Energy Council. As you know, they are putting up world's largest single location, 100 gigawatt facility, and then green hydrogen and the rest of it. They have acquired the technology from Faradian. So it is a buy option for them, but it is a make option. And therefore, the government policies start becoming important when you develop something sort of indigenous. I think the point was made, technology, capital, and policy that matters, and that policies are going to be extraordinarily sort of important. There is only one more point I like to make and close. I've been given 10 minutes, but I will not take, because we have a lot to hear from the award winners. I would simply say that the time has come when we think differently. I'm a great believer in the exponential. Many of you might have read my book, Leapfrogging to Pole Vaulting. Frog leaps because he's afraid of the predator and jumps a few feet. We have to pole vault. The size of the pole is the size of our aspirations, and that is possible. India has done it. For example, if you look at 3Ds that are going to matter: digitalization, decentralization, and decarbonization. India has shown, for example, rapid digitalization, and you can see what has happened. In February 2017, we were 136 among 151 nations. Within 1 year of Geo, we jumped to number 1. We did not leapfrog to 100. We pole vaulted to number 1, and the rest of the transformation we know. Similarly, in terms of decarbonization, light-emitting diodes, they are the ones which actually create the least carbon footprint among the lighting equipment that you have. We jumped from 0.2% to 88% within 7 years. How? By demand aggregation, by creating EASL, the system delivery innovations. Within 7 years, it's a world record. And not only that, the costs were brought down from $7 to $1 by demand aggregation. And you can quite clearly see the difference it has made. I think the central point, therefore, I make is the technology plus policy is what is going to matter. I'm very optimistic that we'll chase such exponentials for rapid decarbonization, and as you said, making a better world. And Pune is going to show the way, as I said, not just thought leadership, but action leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful words. I think it's always very nice to hear you. Moving to the most awaited part for this evening is the award ceremony. Moving to the first category of the awards, the Sustainability Startup Awards. Today, India has firmly established herself as one of the largest global hubs for innovation and entrepreneurship. The country's startup ecosystem has been growing rapidly, which has played a pivotal role in catalyzing the nation's reputation as the hotbed of innovation, revolutionary ideas, and technology. This award has been given to the startup founder with a unique sustainability business that has transformed the sector. To recognize one such startup, may I request Ashish Gaikwad, sir, to announce the award and jointly present it with Dr. Ganesh Natarajan, the award and the scroll for the Sustainability Startup category. Can we please have the mic and sir to announce the award?
This is the first time I'm announcing any awards which I did not know earlier about, so it feels like Oscars to me. Well, the recipient of the first Sustainability Crusader Award 2023 for the category Sustainability Startup is Ajinkya Dharia. He is the founder and CEO, Pad Care Labs Private Limited.
have Asami Kane, the founding member of PatCare Lab, to receive this award. PatCare Labs, under your leadership, has been aggressively promoting sustainable management of sanitary pads, solving two major issues at once: managing sanitary waste and saving carbon emissions in the process. With more than 20 to 40 lakh pads recycled in a year, that save up to 4.2 million kilograms CO2 equivalent of emission using the 5D treatment of disinfection, deodorization, disintegration. The jury wholeheartedly compliments you for your organization's contribution to India's sustainability development goals. Thank you.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Moving forward is the next category that is truly and closely dear to my heart: the green education category. It is essential to foster environmental consciousness, promote sustainability, and equip children with the knowledge to preserve and protect our planet. This award is given to the schools in Pune that have taken exemplary effort to bring in sustainability in their curriculum. May I now request Mr. Pradeep Bhargav to announce the award and jointly present it with Mr. Ashish Gaikwad, the award and the scroll to the winner of the category.
Unlike Ashish, I can't pretend that I don't know the awardee. I can't even pretend that it's so visible to anybody in Pune. Anyway, it's my privilege to announce the recipient of the first Sustainability Crusader Award 2023 for Green Education is Dr. Trupti Agarwal, Chairperson of the Vishwakarma Group of Schools.
The Wisdom World School. Please, can we have you on stage, Trupti ma'am? Under your leadership, has been aggressively integrating sustainability measures from improving energy efficiency to environmental education in the schools on a daily basis. Most notably, all their schools are ITBC Platinum rated. The schools, though, through its value system, focuses on imparting sustainable lifestyle education at every level. Congratulations, Trupti. Looking forward to much more from you in times to come. Can we have a big round of applause too? I have seen her work and her passion in school.
Moving to the next category, the SME enterprises. SME contributes to 45% of India's GDP, and they have significant role in the sustainable development of our country. This is awarded to an SME that has had a game-changing impact in the green manufacturing segment. Our esteemed jury, after a rigorous evaluation, had a decision to tie this award because I think there were so many nominations and we thought that two people deserved this award. May I please request Dr. Ganesh Natarajan, sir, to announce the award and jointly present it with Dr. Pradeep Bhargav, the award and the scroll for the first winner of the Green SME.
Okay, this is a good one. Recipient of the first Sustainability Crusader Award 2023 for the category Green SME is my friend whom I normally meet only at airports, Mr. Milan Nag.
Can we have a big round of applause for Milan K. Nag, Chairman and Managing Director.
Milan is Chairman, Managing Director, KK Nag Private Limited, and I think most of us know him as one of the stalwarts of Pune industry.
Under your leadership, a remarkable transformation towards sustainability has been achieved. From using 91% renewable energy with a visionary goal to go net zero by 2026, to achieving 5 green core companies featuring 3 gold and 2 silver rated units. We wholeheartedly congratulate you for doing incredible work by collecting thermocol waste from streets, rivers, and landfills and transforming them into EPS products, reflecting a pioneering effort in environmental stewardship. Congratulations, sir. Truly deserved.
Thank you. Moving on to the second winner, I request Sri Kamalji Sarda to announce the award and jointly present it with Mr. J.P. Shroff, the award in the scroll to the second winner of the Green SME Award.
I am pleased to announce the recipient of First Sustainability Crusader Award 2023 for the category Green SME is Aditya Agrawal, Founder Director, SA Glass Private Limited.
Congratulations, Aditya. A very dynamic founder, director, Sri Astavinayak Glass Private Limited. It is remarkable to note that under your leadership, the company has achieved numerous milestones, notably becoming the first SME in India to attain a prestigious Green Co Platinum rating, transforming the factory into a zero waste facility. The commitment to environmental stewardship is further exemplified by the use of solar power, accounting for 40% of energy conservation. Truly deserved. Congratulations, Aditya. Can we have a big round of applause for all of them here?
Moving next to the last three awards for this award ceremony, the Individual Crusader Award. As the name suggests, this award is given to an individual who has taken society-changing sustainability initiatives. Now I request Mr. J.P. Shroff, sir, to announce the award and jointly present it with Dr. Ganesh Natarajan, the award and scroll to the winner in the Individual Green Crusader category.
चलिए भैया तालियां तो होनी चाहिए ना मैं जो आ गया हूं I am honored to announce the recipient of the first Sustainability Crusader Award 2023 for the Individual Green Crusader is Advocate Vandana Chavan. I think she's not here, but her daughter. What's her name? Divya Chavan, please be here. Divya is here.
Yes, Divya is right there to receive this award on behalf of Vandana Chavan.
She's the Member of Parliament in Rajya Sabha. Under her leadership, Pune has been able to save and protect its hills, declaring them as biodiversity parks. Your drive and zeal in educating 44,000 women in 1 year through the SMILE platform and spreading knowledge on climate change in more than 100 schools under the Pune Climate Warrior program is remarkable. She's worked on many initiatives such as Green India, Clean India, and Swapna Udaichi, Sundar Jagaichi, which truly speaks of your passion for sustainability. Can we have a big round of applause for her?
This is an award which is different. Moving to the next category, that is green governance. The bureaucrats are effortlessly working on rolling out important policy and decision for making our cities smart and sustainable. As I heard in every speech, whether it was Dr. Mashalkar, the US Consulate, everybody spoke about governance. Everybody spoke about how important it is. May I now request Dr. Mashalkar to announce the award and jointly present it with Dr. Abhay Firodia, the award in the scroll to the winner of the Green Governance category, given to the best performing civil servant in this space.
I am delighted to announce that the very first recipient of the first Sustainability Crusader Award 2023 for Green Governance goes to Sri Shekhar Chandrahas Singh ji. Thank you for
I request all the esteemed guests to kindly come for a photograph as well. PCMC, under your leadership, has been aggressively promoting sustainable governance, practicing the 32RR, reduce, recycle and reduce.
So please wait on stage. So we need you to share your words. Yeah, you can't just disappear without sharing your thoughts for the city.
Thank you so much, esteemed members of the jury and esteemed dais, all the friends sitting in the audience. I really feel the sample for Sarkari people must have been quite small. That I was there and been trying to make few changes in the way that we look at the city. It's not something completely new that I'm doing. Few of the things I'm continuing from what my predecessors have done. But sometimes that becomes all the more important because it is otherwise not very glamorous to continue what your predecessor was doing. So I continued from there in trying to formulate a city vision strategy which was decided for PCMC for 2030. Trying to take a few steps now, especially with the establishment of the sustainability cell, where we are taking a lot of initiatives, a lot of verticals, bringing at times a lot of things together. I see a lot of partners sitting here with whom we have been working, right from Keskar madam to a lot of other people that I see in the audience that we are trying to work on various fronts. But I'm 100% sure as far as city is concerned, the more you do is less. And it's a complex ecosystem as well. Dr. Mashelkar was absolutely hitting it right where it needs to be when he said it needs to be a just transition, and especially from a point of view of administration, sometimes sustainability becomes a very mixed bag, because what is sustainability for someone is a loss of job for someone else. Recently we decided to close the brick kilns and the mining, or we've been pushing various authorities to close them down in the city. But I know for sure the moment we close a brick kiln, there are some 15, 20, 30 families which really depend on those brick kilns working in the city. So it becomes sometimes a bit complex in terms of how to really reach a solution which works out well for everyone. We decided to implement really strongly the entire, a lot of construction sector people are also sitting here, in terms of the initiatives that the construction sector needs to take up, that CREDI needs to go much beyond what is being done now. And there was a bit of a backlash to begin with, but then everything fell into place. But I'm quite sure it's a moment which we can't delay any further. As I keep saying, the more we do, the less it is. The only thing is that how to balance various interests even in our society. A quick example, and I'll end after that. We started to implement these whole, a movement of creating cycling tracks and pedestrian walkways. Now that is something which is very normal in a lot of countries, outside India. But something which doesn't come so naturally for our cities. Why so? Because not many of us walk, you and me. How many of us cycle today to this place? One hand. How many of us took public transport to this place? How many of you traveled in private EV vehicles? Okay, so I knew that category will have some hands raised. But it's also about the change that we are trying to profess only and only when the opinion makers start to do it. I've recently bought a cycle 2 days back because someone told me you've been lecturing all of us that city needs more pedestrian walkways, city needs more cycling. How much cycling you are doing from your home to office? And that is something that I intend to start doing now. But the debate that was interesting was that moment you start to begin to create cycling tracks or walkways, then there's a constant tussle between people who want to drive in their cars, who feel that the roads are being encroached upon by people who want to cycle and walk, versus the voice of people who are walking and cycling. And it becomes a bit complex and a bit dilemmatic. But overall, thank you so much for the jury for selecting. I feel the work is still much more to go. It's been only 11 years since I've been in administration, quite young at that. So I hope to carry this moment forward until my retirement if I do stay in Sarkar by then. Thank you so much.
Sir, we have a very good news for you. We have the chairman of IGBC India, Mr. Gurmeet Singh, who is very soon, in fact, we were hoping that the platinum rating for PCMC would be announced today, but it will take some time. So, big round of applause that IGBC will rate PCMC as the platinum rated, which is what news we got. The certificate is awaited. We'll have a separate function for that to them.
Moving to the last award for tonight, the corporate leadership. Today, the prioritization of sustainability begins at the top, begins with all of us. Leaders have come to realize that a sustainable business strategy is not only good for the environment, but also beneficial to an organization's bottom line. Organization's bottom line. This award is presented to a corporate leader for making groundbreaking impact in the corporate sustainability segment. Now I request Shri Dr. Abhayji Firodia to announce the award and jointly present it with Dr. Marshall Karji. The award and the scroll to the winner of the final category. Corporate
Please come ahead and announce the award.
The Corporate Leadership Award goes to Dr. Pramod Chaudhary. No marks for having guessed that to anybody.
It is remarkable to note the various sustainable practices implemented at Raj under your leadership, such as development of clean fuels, renewable chemicals, green supply chains, zero liquid discharge at all at Raj factories. It is also admirable to note the company has achieved high ESG scores by greening its supply chain and creation of a net zero and climate resilient village. The jury wholeheartedly compliments and congratulates you for your organization's contribution towards global sustainability.
Can we have a big round and a standing ovation for him, because we've heard so much about him. I don't need to introduce him because we've heard it from different stalwarts during our... I would now request Dr. Pramod Chaudhary, sir, to kindly share his words.
This is such a lovely function, and sustainability being worshipped and awarded, recognized, is a very nice thing. JP Shroff Foundation is setting a new tone. First, I compliment them for that. I thank the jury. Most of them are my gurus. Literally, most of them are my gurus, and they selecting me is a very major honor for me, real satisfaction. I've been following initially the principle of triple P, product, profit, and planet, and slowly got involved with that so much that my business and my passion, they got mixed up. This is the way it started developing. It was to do with the biofuel. I chose that other thing, and it got enlarged to biomobility. So all types of biofuels I personally like to pursue. And the second thing is what we call as biomaterials. All types of biopolymers we are trying to develop. We have an excellent team, projects. I give this lot of importance to projects, my team members. We have an excellent R&D, world-class R&D center, and we believe from end-to-end solution. Every stage we calculate the life cycle analysis we do, carbon footprints we carry, evaluate, and then we are working in many countries. Luckily, Dr. Mashalkar said that more than 100 countries we are established our projects. For example, I just give two examples. In case of sustainable aviation fuel, we had our first flight in month of May. And thereafter, we are now supporting US aviation industry with low carbon ethanol, which is very important to make into aviation fuel. That was one example I give, and that has been very, very successful. Most of the ethanol plant manufacturers are coming to us for low carbon. The second one is ultra low carbon. So the entire focus is on production methods and what products we make. We also encourage our suppliers to, we call them green supply chain, so that we are able to get them aware and they also follow some of the footsteps. Last but not the least is I believe India is a country of many villages. So we launched a program along with Gokhale Institute to develop what we call as a net zero village. Because net zero can happen in industry and all learned places, but village getting that kind of attention, I think it will be very important, and that's my personal belief. We are trying to giving back to the society in this manner. Once again, thank you very much for giving me a opportunity to talk here, and great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing about your company and the work that you all are doing on sustainability. Everybody is wondering what's happening with these sustainability initiatives. And today, I'm honored to present the vision, mission, and our future goals on what we want to do at our company. With almost 12 plus years of experience in sustainability, we are evolving and growing with time. So let me put our vision in a very simple line. We want to be a one-stop solution on sustainability. In a time where we are talking about a big revolution, we're at the realm where carbon markets could be game changers in advancing climate change. We're here to generate, sell, buy high integrity carbon credits in the forest and other sectors, bringing benefits to people and community. Our mission is to simply simplify, synergize, and deliver sustainability for a net zero and climate secure future. We aim to integrate sustainability into the core business and transform companies into responsible ones. We envisage being a global leader in providing impact solutions in form of consulting services and an interactive and informative platform for businesses and homes. And while doing so, we truly understand this needs to be holistic.
Up next, we have a bit of a surprise for you all. We have all thought of the environment in a particular way, and the next generation is no exception. So let's hear it from Veer Munot, Nitya Munot, Ira Jadhav, Arush Sherke, and Tejas from Bishops.
Good evening, everyone. We've gathered here together not just to celebrate today's event, but to celebrate life. I am Veer Munot.
I am Nitya Munot. And I am Ira Jadhav.
Let us share a beautiful poem that expresses today's theme, sustainability.
I am the earth and the earth is me. Each blade of grass, each honey tree, each bit of mud is stick and stone, is blood and muscle, skin and bone. And just as I need every bit of me to make my body fit, so earth needs grass and stone and tree and things that grow here naturally. That's why we celebrate this day. That's why across the world we say, as long as life, as dear as we, I am the earth and the earth is me. Thank you.
I am Arush Shelke, of the Vocals Institution of Speech and Drama, and I will be performing a monologue which delivers a clear message. Let's not take the earth for granted. So, you are all of humanity. You are all of humanity. All of humanity? You're not what I expected you'd look like. I'm told I have 2 minutes with you to talk some sense into you, and I appreciate your time. I'm told that the opportunity to address you comes but once in a lifetime. No pressure. It's just, you may not like this, but... What are you doing? Really, seriously, you're incredibly bright and capable. You put a man on the moon, created an international space station, flew a rover to Mars. You are on your way to be growing up, becoming independent. But you seem distracted to me. You frustrate me, humanity, because you have all the knowledge in the world to take care of yourself, but you simply don't apply it. Sure, you have small areas, tiny pockets of health, vitality, but overall, just look at you. You are mostly unfed, malnourished, undereducated, and physically unfit. Those numbers don't lie, buddy. Right now, your parents' house, which means the earth, is well stocked, and you can use the resources there to mature, to study and learn those real numbers, and make something of yourself. There's enough so you can nourish all of yourself. But not if you keep multiplying like you've been. Please keep those hormones in check. I hear my snooze alarm going off. I guess this is it. My 2 minutes is up. I hope all of this is sinking in, because I'm going to wake up in a second. Bottom line, you may not think you have the time. A rock could just fall out of the sky. You could catch a bad cold or have really bad weather. Bad things can happen. Use every moment. Cut out the fightings and distractions. Focus. Prepare to move out of your parents' house. Please grow up, humanity. Please grow up. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tejas Deshmukh, and I am honored to have this platform to share my views. Today, I want to ask each one of you a simple question. What are we? Humans? Yes. Men, women? Yes. Living creatures created in the image and likeness of God? Yes. Tiny particles of energy strategically put together and evolved through billions of years? Yes. But still, what are we? As I stand here talking to you today, I hope to draw out a few points that will hopefully help us answer this question. The Bible and the Quran, religious texts of the two highest followed religions of the world, say that humans were created in the most perfect way in the image and likeness of God. And according to some Hindu texts, humans have been put here on this earth to live the best possible life in order to attain moksha and detach from the cycle of rebirth. And what makes us special while we still remain rooted in nature is that we have all evolved from earlier creatures, each on a unique trajectory through time. We share DNA with literally every organism to have ever walked the face of Earth. The protein in our gene encrypt utilizes a code which is indistinguishable from that found in an amoeba or a zebu. Now, Keeping in mind that this is who we are, what makes me wonder is how did we get here? Colonization, 2 world wars, the COVID pandemic, territorial battles, people killing people for land and money and caste and creed and religion and the color of their skin. The most complex species turned to cannon fodder, and for what? And it's not just the intra-human conflict, the poaching of animals, the overconsumption of plastic, deforestation, the greed and irresponsibility that's causing the melting of ice at the poles and global warming. It's all a part of who we are and what we have become. Thoroughly evolved creatures with absolutely no regard for anyone or anything around us. I cannot emphasize enough how we share DNA with literally every organism to have ever walked the earth. So, if you think about it, we are inevitably killing ourselves. Yes, we are bringing ourselves down to our doom, and it breaks my heart to say this, but there's absolutely no way of stopping it. But there may be a way of slowing it down, and that is by asking ourselves, what are we today? Are we really the great and complex creatures created in the image of God and evolved through billions of years? Or are we merely selfish, self-seeking hate mongers who just cannot see beyond our greed and desires? Having said all this, it may seem like I have come here to ask a lot out of you, but no, I do not expect you to make a major life-altering change. I am not here to advocate non-violence or veganism or homosexuality. I am not here to propagate or preach any religion. I do not stand here asking you to take a stand against war or pollution or global warming. I stand here simply to persuade you to ask yourselves a simple question, because once you have the answer, you will start to be the change. So, once again, what are we? Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear children. What a wonderful performance. I think we've all been reminded here today of what is our legacy going forward. So thank you so much, kids, for an extremely touching message. We would like to specially acknowledge the efforts taken by Tracy ma'am in putting all of this together. So may I please request Pranati to felicitate Tracy ma'am. Please give them a big round of applause.